Hi, this is John, and this is week 143 of Dot Dreams Devlog. And this week is crazy because, like I told you guys last week, this week I have finally finished our Kickstarter for Buado. Well, that's not exactly true. I'm still waiting for Gyui in Korea to finish the main video edit. She has shown me a couple of things just a couple hours ago, and it was crazy cool. So I'm very excited to see how that goes, and people will be able to see the full picture. That being said, I got to send the Kickstarter to my friends, to my teammates, and to a couple close people, including Julie, who I will hopefully see next week. And they loved it. I think it's doing pretty well. There's some grammatical issues, there's some clarity issues here and there, but overall, people really liked it. And I have to say thanks to Unstable Unicorns Kickstarter, which I took a lot of formatting tips from onto what I've done this week. Okay, so Monday I had to finish. It was like the day before the last day of the Kickstarter, so I had to prepare a lot of stuff. I was mainly working on the images for our Kickstarter for the cards, and I got to finish those, and I was just missing the final one, which is a tier list. So I had to take some videos. Not much happened on Monday that I can really show. It's just mostly working on the Kickstarter. Tuesday I finished the Kickstarter by like 6 or 7 p.m. that day, and because of that day, I had to prepare something for that, right? So I actually made a area under one of the city houses where it connects to a dungeon, because Dhruv has suggested us to have a couple more hand-placed dungeons, you know, with small stories and a secret location. Personally, I also really like areas where you run into a dungeon without expecting a dungeon to be there. I think Oblivion does that very well. So I did something similar, and I think it's really cool. It's one of my first experiences as well. And of course, at the end of a dungeon, you have to have something to show, which I also did, and I think the final defense looks super cool. Wednesday, everything was done. I took a little bit of break, but I still felt like, I kind of want to work on some stuff. So I actually cleaned up the old farming animation because it looked really ugly and very janky. So I spent some time and made it look really good. That same day, I also made a new spraying farmer spraying enemy bear, and I think it looks really cool. I'm trying to build up the farming section of the factory dungeon a little bit more, but not too much, because it's just one of the out of the 5 sections. So I made the spraying animation and the spraying enemy. I think it's looking really cool. Thursday, I mainly finished up some of the Kickstarter feedbacks I got, but I mainly worked on a visual indicator for people to see where we are in Brave Eduardo. So we're actually not that far behind. We have finished 2 of the most important thing, which is all the game asset and all game mechanic, and this is a big deal. So now, from now on, I said something similar before, but now we're really sure where we are, and we can start making stories and quests based off the mechanics that we have. Drew spent the whole week last week just working on the exporting of inventory descriptions and story dialogue, so it's a lot of back-end stuff that he's been working on. And then now we're actually going into finishing animating all 5 chapters of the story, like you guys can see probably on the screen. We have 5 Colossus we have to do. We only finished 1 that's fully playable, so we still have 4 more to perfect, and we still have to make 100 side quests and 20 dungeons. But having these specific numbers make it easy for us to mentally visualize where we are, and you guys can also tell we're actually making progress with Brave Eduardo, and we're almost there. Well, kind of. It just looks like we're halfway, but we're a little bit over that. But I had to make something that's visually understandable, so it is how it looks, but it's not exactly true. Now, finally, Friday, the most important thing is I made the farmland boss, and the boss is a really cool area where it's still gonna take in the farm, and there is like gas coming down, but the cool part is the bosses consists of 3 people, and if you can beat the 2 sprayers, the poison spray actually stops working if you can beat the sprayers in the fight. But you actually kind of want the poison spray to be there because it actually hits both you and the boss, and since poisons do damage based off of your max health, it's always scaling damage. You kind of want the boss to get hit by the poison fog as much as you can, because it helps you do a lot of the damage. So it's one of the cool bosses that we haven't made before, and I really want to try to explore into this area, and I think it looks pretty cool. Hopefully you guys think too. And of course, that day I also talked to Gyui in Korea. She showed me some stuff, and she asked me what she think. So this is the best part about Gyui. She actually worked extra. She did so many things just for the opening. It looks so amazing. And one of the things she did is she actually kind of redesigned our Buado logo, and it looks so good. So I was like, you know what? I'll do what you designed. I'll just follow your design, and I'll just make it with our own art, and you guys will probably see it on screen. That's probably going to be our Buado logo entering, and I think it looks pretty nice. Hopefully you guys do too. But yeah, that's generally all for this week, and everything is moving. We're still deciding where we're going to release the Buado Kickstarter, but until GUI is done with the final animation, everybody's happy. It's gonna be kind of in the air. As of now, for sure, for me, I'm just gonna keep working on expanding the world. The world has a lot to offer, and I can't wait to see where Brave Eduardo goes. I am super tired, and it's very hot today in Los Angeles, so I am going to go hide in my bed, and I'll talk to you guys next week on Doctrine Devlog.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here